I should be focusing on today's Lewis and Clarke lecture, but my laptop is open to my college essay. Or at least the file that should be my essay, but is instead still a bone-white page. On the other half of the screen is the PDF version of the college fair's hosting application. I've completed the easy parts: name, age, address. The short answer questions are still blank. Essays. Junior year is becoming nothing but essays. I reread the first option. What would make you a good host? Honest answer? I don't know. I have crippling anxiety, but I'm sometimes a little funny. I move on to the next. Describe a facet of your identity that is essential to who you are. I either have to talk about my race, or the fact that I'm poor, or both. Or I can talk about Renee and being the result of her worst nightmare come to life. Either way, if I could answer it for the college board, I wouldn't be suffering under the weight of my scholarship essay in the first place. In fact, I have to turn in a draft of the scholarship essay a couple of weeks from now, and the idea of sharing it gives me hives. It won't be the happily ever afters my classmates have been working on all year. So far, I've kept it smothered like a gas fire. Never feed it, always choke it out. A crumpled page of lined notebook paper bounces off my shoulder and hits my desk. The blue lines spiral like broken piano strings. I lift it off my notes where I've scribbled only "purchased the Louisiana Territory" on the first line. I'm a little bummed I missed the lecture. Ms. Yancey teaches it as if Sacagawea were the first Captain America, which she basically was because she led the entire expedition with an infant attached to her hip and probably endured a lot of colonizer mansplaining. So I have no choice but to stand. Jojo huffs as the bell rings over Ms. Yancey's last words. I palm the ball of paper as I head out of the classroom, Jojo close on my heels. Do I need to read this, or are you going to save us both 30 seconds? I ask, slowing down so she can fall in step beside me. I need you to appreciate the dramatic flair, she says, swinging her hair over her shoulder. The scent of tea tree oil is overwhelming. Hit me with the highlights. Do you think they're going to have proofs on the SAT? And do you want to go to Garrett's party Friday night after the game? And the mall before the game? She continues with her questions in a stream of consciousness. Her brain is the equivalent of those bullet trains in Japan. No to proofs, no to party, yes to mall. I can't afford any shopping, but I want a cinnamon sugar pretzel and a lemonade from Auntie Anne's. Boo, I don't want to go solo. And I know you aren't busy. Therapy is tonight, and you don't work Fridays. It will never cease to amaze me how someone who studies so much also finds the time to both have a social life and memorize my schedule. You don't have to go solo. You have a million friends. But you are my favorite friend, she says with a large grin. Please. I toss the balled paper across the hall and into the metal trash can. Kobe! A voice like jazz calls out above the noise of stampeding students. His voice cracks over the name. He's easy to pick out of a crowd, a head and shoulders above everyone else. My mouth drops open. Iced coffee, black. We have always lived in the castle. Jojo reaches over and pushes on my chin to bring my lips back together. Suddenly, the hall feels way too warm. Jojo shuffles me forward, both hands gripping my shoulders to lead me toward our classes. AP Chemistry for her and Spanish for me. I crane my neck backward to keep him in view, but he turns to face his locker. Who? I sputter, letting Jojo push me around an automatic water fountain that I almost slam into hip first. I flinch with phantom impact. Derek de la Rosa, she answers, her voice amused. She removes her hands, and I stand frozen in place, having lost all ability to use my legs. She pulls her phone from her back pocket, smiling at a passing teacher who pretends not to see it. She loops her arm in mine as she maneuvers us to second period, never looking up from her phone. She stops in front of her classroom, mine next door. She turns the phone screen up, showing me the Instagram and Facebook pages she's found and followed in the last half minute. The feds, I swear. Just moved here from... She scrolls through his profile. San Francisco. San Francisco, California to Richmond, Virginia. The land of Full House and an ocean breeze to the land of, well, Monument Avenue. Talk about a culture shock.